Hello, I'm in Great Gorge, and that's in the Garden State of New Jersey, about 100 miles away from New York. And I'm here to witness a demonstration of puissance conducted against a background of pulchritude. Or in other words, I'm in bunny country. Bunnies pop up from behind every tree, lurk around every corner. This is the Playboy Resort, you see. And surrounded by these Playboy bunnies, I'm here to witness the contest for the world's strongest man. And helping me out, a very special playmate, Henry Cooper.
Do you think they suit me, Derek?
To be quite frank, yes.
I think I'll take them off. No, I'm too big, I think, to be a bunny, and I'm not big enough to be one of these contestants. You seen the size of these guys? Oh.
You know, Henry, one of those guys is actually twice your weight. Anyway, let's meet all the contestants, one of whom will very soon be the world's strongest man, holder of the British Meat Trophy and richer by almost £10,000. From the USA, wrist and arm wrestling champion and heaviest man on the contest at 31 stone, 6 pounds, Cleve Dean. From Canada, national shot put champion, Olympic and Commonwealth Games medalist at 21 stone, 11 pounds, Bishop Dolagevich. Holland's strongest man, powerlifting and wrist wrestling champion, 18 stone, 8 pounds, Gerard Dupree. From the USA, former world champion wrestler and American footballer at 22 stone, 7 pounds, superstar Billy Graham. Also from the USA, Olympic weightlifter at 23 stone, 13 pounds, Jerry Hannon. From Sweden, professional soldier in the Swedish Army, national powerlifting champion at 22 stone, Lars Hedlund. From the USA, the current world super heavy powerlifting champion at 23 stone, 3 pounds, Bill Kazmaier. And also from America, the current world strongest man, former world champion powerlifter at 22 stone, 12 pounds, Don Reinhardt. From the USA, powerlifter and American professional footballer at 20 stone, 3 pounds, Larry Kidney. And from Great Britain, Europe's strongest man and Britain's shot put champion, 22 stone, 7 pounds, Jeff Capes. The thing about this contest is that everybody gets points, everybody gets money. Now, let me briefly explain. There are 10 events, and in the first 9 events, first gets 10 points, second gets 9, right down to 1 point for 10th place. And when we come to the end of the contest, the winner overall picks up $20,000. That's roughly £10,000. Second man gets $10,000, third $7,000, and the 10th man picks up $1,000, roughly £500. We start off with the log lift. Very simple, isn't it? A few rather heavy logs, actually. They begin at 250 pounds. That's just over 200 weight. And the contestants have to lift it above their heads in locked elbow position. Hold that for 2 seconds. They've got 90 seconds to complete the lift. And then we keep increasing the weight up to 400 pounds, or put another way, that's a 21 stone man held above your heads. Easy, isn't it, Henry? The log is at 302 pounds. Only 6 people left in the contest. Out, Cleve Dean, Billy Graham, Larry Kidney, and Dutchman Gerard Dupree. Judging on what Jeff has done already, that he'll lift this one?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think Jeff says it's the first bit that he finds to it, the push-up. He's quite good on, but
let's have a little look and see.
Hold it. Oh.
Down. Jeff giving his all for Britain as we move into the next round. 6 men left now, 326 pounds to lift, and it's Bill Kazmaier from America. Down. Bill Kazmaier. He's a strength coach at Auburn University. And the favorite. Here comes now Lars Hedlund from Sweden. He's been given time off from the Swedish Army to come over to America to take part in this event.
All right.
Down. Next, Jerry Hannon. He was selected for the 1980 U.S. Olympic team. And a weightlifter, so he really should do this.
Come on, Jerry, grab it.
Down! And a good lift. Next, the holder of the world's strongest man title, Don Reinhardt. Don was a world and national powerlifting champion between 1973 and 76. But surprisingly, having problems here in the early rounds of this lottery. And one wonders whether he's done himself an injury. Let's find out.
Well, I came a long ways. If I got to walk out there and crawl, I'll do it somehow. Whether I get points or not, I don't know, but I'll be out there competing. So we'll get the shot I got.
Bishop Dolagevich from Canada. A shot putter, and indeed a great mate of Jeff Capes, but I suspect in this contest they'll keep their friendship hidden. £326 and Jeff beginning to feel the strain. Nope, he's packing it.
Let's go to your game, Henry.
Anyway, congratulations, Jeff. Anyway, hard luck there, but was that the heaviest weight you've picked up?
Yeah, I lifted heavy, but not as awkward, you know. It's phenomenally awkward.
It's now £346 and just three men left, Kazmaier, Headland and Hammond. Kazmaier first to go.
Come on, Bill, let's go now.
Super heavyweight in the powerlifting class.
Come on, Bill, come on, buddy. Come on! Damn it!
All that anger and aggression and a good lift. Next to go, Lars Headland.
Come on, Lars. Come on. Come on, Lars. There's no going down.
Both Headland and Kazmaier decided not to go on if the weights are increased.
Come on, hold on.
It's a good lift for Headland. So those two share the points, should Jerry Hannon, coming up next, fail. Important here for Hannon. But he fails, so it's a tie between Headland and Kazmaier. Bill, that was a fairly aggressive performance from you there. Is aggression very important to you when you compete?
Well, you've got to keep your body rigid and stable under those heavy weights, and I think you've got to get your mind right, and that's part of aggression.
How do you rate your chances in this contest?
Well, pretty good.
Event number one looks like this. 9.5 points to Headland and Kazmaier. And amazingly, Reinhardt, with that injury, that damaged hamstring, managed 7.5 points along with Jerry Hannon. Bishop Dolagevich and Jeff Capes on 5.5. Gerard Dupree and Larry Kidney 3.5. Graham 2 and Dean 1 in event number 1. Well, our viewers in Scotland might recognize this. It's a kettlebell, 56 pounds in weight, and it's often tossed in the Highland Games. In fact, it's an event that goes back about 600 years in Scotland. They used to throw stones behind their shoulders. Well, now they're going to be, in this particular event, swinging it back and over that bar. So as you can see, the object, disarmingly simple, but the practice alarmingly difficult, the weight toss. The bar is at 14 foot 6 inches. Only two men have failed so far, Cleve Dean at 12 foot, and Gerard Dupree, he never got off the 10 foot mark. 8 men left then, and it's Billy Graham to go.
Okay, the time begins.
So what's the technique in this, Jeff? Is it like a golf swing, you know, you have to follow through and all that?
Yeah, it is in a way, but let's face it, you've got phenomenally big guys here, you know. And because they're so very strong, they're able to smooth the swing of the weight, you see. I mean, if they begin to get a bit ragged, that means they're just wearing out the strength.
So it is all that, what, is it like a golf swing, like have you got a knitting area or have you got a pulling area?
You've got a pulling area. That means when the weight gets just about in the front of your hips, and then you give it a sharp pull and follow through and keep your swing going. If you give it just a sharp dig, you're not using all your strength in your back and stuff. Just like a golf swing.
Who's going to be your biggest rival?
Everybody.
They're all rivals.
Yeah, I mean they're all super strong, you know. I mean,
you said they've all got good techniques, haven't they?
They're all very good. They must have been training like lunatic. I think people like Bishop Dolagevich, the shot putter, he's doing very well. And Kazmaier, he's got super strength. And I mean, everybody in here is so strong.
Are you to be tempted to come in to do this?
Pardon me?
Would you be tempted to come and do this?
Will I be tempted to do it again?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, I gotta write the owner, whoever owns CBS. I gotta get the owners. They bring me back next year. Superstar's gonna train hard, gain 50 more pounds, get stronger, get tougher, get meaner, get uglier.
The character in the event. The bar's now at 16 feet. Hannon, Headland, and Ranholt have failed to make it. So just two field event experts, Capes and Dolagevich, now up against this amazing super heavyweight barlifter, Kazmar. And it's Dolagevich to go first. And easily. Jeff Capes, who's done this event many times before at the Highland Games. Kazmar, he's also competed at the Braemar Games. And he's well in for quite a contest. All three go on now to 16 feet 7 inches, and that's well on the way to a new world record. Will it be the athletes that win this time, or the powerlifter? Bishop Dolagevich, first to go. Canadian record holder in the shot put, bronze medalist in the 1978 Commonwealth Games. Never done this before. Let's see how he goes. Oh, he must be about a foot over. Easy. Jeff Capes next. One suspects this could be his event. And looking on the mean machine, Bill Kazmar. And Capes has failed. Kazmar. Winner, joint winner that is, of the first event. And well over. 17 feet, that's the height in the next round. And that's a new world record, Highland Games enthusiasts note. And it's Bishop Dolagevich versus Billy Kazmar, with Bish to go first. And again, the Canadian, highly successful at this. Aggressive Kazmar. Marvelous competitor. But fails here. Maximum points to Bish.
Beat the weightlifter. Is that the way you felt it was going to go?
Yeah, I saw him starting to lose his concentration. I knew I had him beat there because I knew I could go heavier. I mean, not heavier, but a little higher. That guy was starting to get so tight when he was swinging that thing. He was about ready to fall down.
Bishop Dolagevich from Canada, then. The winner of event number 2, the weight toss. 10 points. Kazmar has 9. Capes with 8. Jerry Hannon, 7. Lars Hedlund from Sweden with 6. Reinhold, despite the injury, 5. Kidney, 4. Graham, 3. Cleve Dean with 2 points. And Gerard Dupree, 1 point. And on the main scoreboard, it's Kazmar, who leads by 3 points after 2 events. Dolagevich and Hedlund with 15.5. Hannon, 14.5. And Jeff Capes still in there at 13.5. Well, now to an event that really does require a great deal of strength. I'm sitting in a 7.25-ton truck. Well, think of it another way, 16,200 pounds. And that's a very important part of the next competition for these strong men, because they have to pull this truck 100 foot. 2 identical trucks pulling along a 100-foot course. And there'll be 5 two-man heats. So all we've got to look for is the fastest man over the course. Here we go then with the truck pull. Heat 1, and nearest us, Holland's strongest man, Gerard Dupree. At the other side, the amazing Cleve Dean. He's the heaviest man in the contest at 31 stone, 6 pounds.
All right. Right now. Set. Go!
They take the strain. But it's Dean that's away first. The man with the bigger bulk, with a 13-stone advantage in this heat. And amazingly, he's proving to be a mobile athlete as well. Running up this course and leaving Dupree way behind. That's the gap. Dean with the 5 feet 2.5 inch chest gets over the line first. And Dupree, well behind, finishes now. He's going to need all the oxygen to rejuvenate that tired body. But what about this weight at Cleve Dean? It obviously helped.
Yes, the weight made a big difference, especially upper body weight, to keep it down, to keep the pull down. That's where the pull had to be, was down, so that you would have pressure on your feet to pull with.
Take your marks.
Heat number 2. It's an all-American heat between Billy Graham on the left, the professional wrestler, and Larry Kidney, the powerlifter, on the right.
Here we go. Get set.
Graham has a 2-stone advantage. A man who's wrestled all over the world. But he's unsuccessfully wrestling with that lorry at the moment because Kidney's got the better start. He seems to have the better technique. A lawyer when he's not pulling trucks and bending bars, and coach to the 1980 World Powerlifting team, and he looks as if he's going to win this heat. A good advantage there. But Graham is pulling up all the time. The margin not all that much. A win for Kidney. Graham finishing now.
This has been the most difficult one so far today.
So far.
How are you feeling after doing the events up to now?
I feel pretty good now.
Were you surprised at your performance so far?
Thought I'd do better in the log lift. But other than that, about the same. This one here is a big body weight factor.
Take your marks.
Cleve Dean still leading heat 3, and it's Reinhold on the left with that leg strapped up, the current holder of the World's Strongest Man contest, and bravely continuing in this event despite that leg injury. On the other side, the Swede, Lars Hedlund. National military champion in the shot put and high jump in Sweden, but he's not going to win this, and amazingly, it's Don Reinhold pushing on to the finishing line, showing all the guts and winning quite easily.
Super big man.
For all of us, this is the heat we've been waiting for, as Jeff Capes gets strapped in to that harness to pull these huge lorries along this course. And against him in this heat, one of the powerlifters from America, Jerry Hannon. Getting lined up now. There's not very much weight advantage here in this heat. Hannon closest to the camera, Capes on the other side. Only about a stone between them. So this should be fairly even, this contest. Let's see. But remember, in the British and European events, Jeff did very well in the truck pull. And he's doing well now. He's well away. And it's Hannon, the powerlifter, who struggles. 29.34 seconds. Hannon seems to have pulled up, and it's Capes through easily to win. And Hannon fails to make the course, needing all that oxygen.
What was my time?
30.4. 30.3.
What's that?
Well, that's about 90 hundredths behind Cleve.
For the winner? So far the winner?
So far, so
Can we have another run?
Let's go for one.
Very well, you've had a great day.
Oh, dear. And this is for England.
Hi, Jeff. Nice one, buddy. Good run, Jeff. Good run, Jeff. That's
Jeff doing Britain proud as we go into the final heat, and it's the current leader, Kazmar, nearest the camera, up against Bishop Dolagevich, the Canadian shot put champion. Kazmar has a couple of stone advantage, and there's something of the animal in this man, a great competitor. Let's see how he does. At the halfway stage, a slight advantage, and that's the time. Pulling on to the line. And as Bishop struggles, Kazmar comes through the winner, but has he beaten Cleve Dean's time? Let's have a look at a moment at the times at the end of that heat. And it's 31.44, not enough. So Cleve Dean wins. The truck pull 10 points. Don Reinhold is second on 9. Capes on 8. Kazmar 7. Hedlund 6. Kidney on 5. Dolagevich 4. Gerard Dupree 3. Billy Graham has 2 points, and Jerry Hannon with 1 on the truck pull. And that fine effort by Jeff Capes puts him joint second after just 3 events. We're going to take a short breather. We'll be back very soon here in the United States with more events in the world's strongest men. Don't go away. Tip, do you think you could hold on to second?
No.
You can't.
I'm being honest about it, and I think if I finish in the first 4 or 5, I've done a job. I've done a job for our country, for our people, and I've done a job for myself, because I'll be back next year. I'll probably weigh about 50 pounds more, and I'll be a lot stronger.
Well, this next event is described in the running order as the uphill race with engine. In fact, it's really a bizarre wheelbarrow race. These are the wheelbarrows. They don't look anything like them, but in fact they're engines mounted on this chassis, 800 pounds in weight. That's about half a Mini. 500 pounds of the weights on the front and 300 pounds on the handles at the back. And the object is quite simply to get up this incline as fast as possible. It's 150 feet to the finishing line, and the person with the quickest time picks up the 10 points. So, Henry, what do you think of this event? Do you think it's going to be a difficult one?
Oh, my God. Well, I know fuel's expensive, Derek. I know I'm a big, strong boy, but this is ridiculous. God.
He's right, you know. Heat 1, then. And it's 2 men going. Gerard Dupree on the left and Dolagevich on the right. Nothing between them at the moment. But as that incline gets steeper, it's the Canadian shot-putter who gets ahead and wins fairly comfortably. A win then for Dolagevich from Canada. Gerard Dupree not doing too well there, but he's up against a bigger man. Heat 1 and a win for Bishop. Now we go to heat number 2. And Lars Hedlund from Sweden on the left. Larry Kidney, the bulky powerlifter on the right, and it's Hedlund away. Well, 18.55 to beat. We'll have a look at the time in a moment, because Hedlund wins this by quite some way. A good victory for Sweden. And a faster time. About a second up there.
It's tough, man. How bad is it? I'm tired like hell.
What did you reckon was the technique in this one? Because this is a faster time than the last heat.
Well, the only thing I did was take it up and pushed nothing else.
Short steps. This is what we were waiting for. Jeff Capes on the right, Kazmaier on the left. Kazmaier leading the contest by 4 points, but in joint second place at the moment, Jeff Capes. And it's very difficult to control those wheelbarrows as they swerve all over the place. Kazmaier's doing it much better and is going to win this by a few feet. But what's the time? And it's an amazing 14.40, and Capes also 15.37.
It's a killer, huh? Oh, very. Apparently we're leading these first. I'm second now, so.
Don Reinhold on the right. Cleve Dean, the massive 31.5 stone on the left. And this time, Dean struggles, and Reinhold, who gets top marks for courage in this contest, struggling with that leg, but well ahead. Well ahead. Cleve Dean seems to have packed it up. A win for Reinhold by a long way. So Dean pulls out, he doesn't finish. Looking a little distressed, Don. How are you feeling?
Oh, I re-pulled my arm and my leg again. So
oh, my goodness.
It really hurts.
Which is worse, the leg or the arm?
They both hurt so much, I don't really know.
Jerry Hannon on the left has also pulled a muscle in his leg. He's taking part in the last heat. He's decided just to start the race and then to stop. He still gets a point for taking part, but off goes Billy Graham, hoping to get a fast time, and that's the time he has to beat. Superstar Billy Graham, a wrestler known all over the world. He's wrestled in Australia, Brussels, Tokyo, Moscow. And he's drawn crowds of 50,000 people in America. A smaller crowd today, but an enthusiastic crowd. And as always, Billy Graham likes to kid along with the crowd. Jerry Hannon not feeling too happy with things. But the show business in Mr. Graham always gets to the fore.
I'll take you to Madison Square Garden right now.
That's the score after the engine race. Billy Kazmaier on 10 points. Jeff Capes has 9. A great performance, that. Lars Hedlund on 8. Bishop Dolagevich with 7. Don Reinhold, the current world's strongest man, on 6. Gerard Dupree from Holland on 5, Larry Kidney 4, Billy Graham 3, Cleve Dean 2, and Jerry Hannon 1 point. And after 4 events, Kazmaier leads by 5 points. Jeff Capes is now all alone in second place. A great performance. Then comes Lars Hedlund, Don Reinhold, and Bishop Dolagevich. That's the position after 4 events. Next to the steel bar bending contest. Here the fellows can use their hands, their teeth, their head, or their neck. Well, you see what I mean. Only 5 of them are left, though. Hedlund, Dolagevich, Dean, Capes, and Kazmaier with the steel bar 11/16 of an inch thick, 4 foot 6 inches long. Watch all this energy being pushed through that bar. I remember Capes won this a few weeks ago in the Europe event. Are these really human beings? Listen to the noises. It looks as if time is coming up fast, and Kazmaier is the only one we think to have finished. The rest still struggling. Yes, Kazmaier's wandering around there very confidently. He's done it. And wins very comfortably. Capes in second, Hedlund third, Dean fourth, and Dolagevich fifth. I wonder what Bill thinks about Jeff Capes, the athlete.
He's really surprising. He's a fantastic athlete.
Praise indeed from Kazmaier, who wins that with 10 points. Capes 9, Hedlund 8. Then comes Cleve Dean on 7. Bishop Dolagevich 6. Graham 5, Dupree 4, Hannon 3, Kidney 2, and no points to Reinhold. And after 5 events, here's the scoreboard. Kazmaier, a lead by 6 points from Jeff Capes. Lars Hedlund in 3rd place, Bishop Dolagevich is 4th, and Don Reinhold in 5th position. Then comes Dean, Hannon, Kidney, Dupree, and Graham. This is a fridge freezer. It's 420 pounds in weight. And they have this strapped to their back in a special harness, and against the clock they race uphill over a 100-foot course. Of course, the man who's fastest against the clock picks up the 10 points. And think of it another way. 420 pounds, that's the equivalent of Cleve Dean's weight. Now, he's the largest man in the contest. Imagine having Cleve strapped to your shoulders and then running uphill with him. Doesn't bear thinking. Anyway, that's what's in store. Here comes the event. Hannon versus Reinhold. Well, Jerry didn't finish in this event, and Don didn't even start.
All right, once. Don, I've heard that you've had to pull out of the competition. Now what's gone wrong?
Well, just too many injuries. We pulled another hamstring today, and if I should possibly pull it again, it could mean surgery. So it just isn't worth it to stay into the contest.
The unluckiest man in this contest, Reinhold. Here we go with the second heat, and there's Billy Graham. And that's Larry Kidney. Let's watch them in the fridge race. And it's superstar Billy Graham. A victory for him. And the time? Well, we'll find that out in a moment. And that's it, 16.98 versus 19.95. Steve Dean, farmer from America, and up against him, Holland's strongest man, Gerard Dupree. You met him a few weeks ago in the Europe contest. Dean has proved in that truck pull that he has a certain mobility. And indeed, it's very close here, even though he's a 13-stone advantage over Gerard Dupree. And at the line, it's neck and neck there, 400 pounds on his back, and a very fast time, 2 seconds faster. And that's Gerard Dupree's wife looking on to find out what's happening. Lars Hedlund from Sweden now, and that's Bishop Dolagevich in the next heat. 14 and a bit seconds to aim at. And the Swede has a technique, short steps, lots of speed, and that must be quicker. And indeed it is, by about 2.5 seconds, and even Dolagevich is inside the previous time. That's Lars's wife. Here comes Bill Kazmaier, and that's Jeff Capes in the most important heat for Britain. Men who are first and second overall. And Cates pushing on. Listen to it. 11.66 to beat. We're looking at our watches. What is it? Is it faster? It is. It's faster by about a second. And Cates wins his first event, 10 points. Kazmaier with 9, Headland on 8 points, Dolagevich with 7. Gerard Dupree has 6, Cleve Dean 5, Billy Graham 4, Larry Kidney 3, Hannon on 2, and Reinhout no points. That's it after 6 events. Kazmaier now with a 5-point lead over Capes, who's 4 points ahead of Headland, who again is 6 points clear of Dolagevich, the top 4 after 6.
Well, this is where the bunnies quite literally go up in the world, on the shoulders of our 10 strong men. And it's quite simple. Let's just see how many of these lovely ladies our strong fellas can lift.
Daffy, Nina, Toby, and Sue. Lovely names. And along with the apparatus, it's 620 pounds for Larry Kidney to lift. White flag's up. It's a good lift. And encouraging him, Larry's wife. Indeed, all the wives have arrived here to encourage their husbands in this strongman contest. This is Jerry Hannon. And is it a good lift? It is. Next to go, Gerard Dupree from Holland. And in that position, he can't get the bar up again, so he had to pull out. Leader Dupree being a little anxious there, but taking a record of this event. Superstar Billy Graham. Ooh. I think he's stuck in that position too. No, no. And all of them now getting heavily strapped. Bishop Dolagevich from Canada. And up. And it's correct, yes. 2 white flags and his wife very happy. Lars Hedlund now from Sweden. Ooh, yes. Good technique. He made that look easy. Now this is probably where Jeff Capes feels he'll not do too well up against all these powerlifters. Let's see what happens. He's done it. He's done it through sheer competitiveness there. Jeff Capes getting through. Bill Kazmaier. And that looked easy. And it's a good lift, but there seems to be a problem with the previous lift from Jeff Capes. Let's find out what happened.
What have they done? Because you moved your feet?
They're giving me another attempt. Yeah, I moved my feet.
Oh, and you're not supposed to, what, move your feet?
Not supposed to move my feet from the position which I'm supposed to start from.
The lift is not good if the feet are moved out laterally. He did move his feet laterally. However, because of the nature of the event and the difficulty of it, we're going to give him another chance at it. And as a commissioner, this is my decision, and I think it's only fair.
But that's where the problem lies. Can he get that weight back up again? Let's see. A brave attempt from Jeff Capes, but an unsuccessful one. Right, with Linda and Sheila on board, a few extra weights, and we've got 934 pounds. Kazmaier getting some much-needed oxygen to attempt this weight. Hannon and Dean have both failed. Kidney failed as well, so it's Headland and Kazmaier left to lift it out, and Headland to go first on 934 pounds.
Come on, Lars, gotta be tough. Come on. Come on. Drive it up.
But he's stuck there, and he's failed at the weight. So it's all up now to the current leader in the contest, Bill Kazmaier. Just watch the concentration in this face. He's made it, and it's 10 points to Kazmaier. Lars Hedlund with 9, Larry Kidney on 8, Dolagevich and Hannon have 6.5 points. Then come Capes, Graham and Dupree on 4, Clevedine on 2, and Reinhold gets no points at all. And so after 7 events, here's the leaderboard. Kazmaier leading by 10 points. From Lars Hedlund now in 2nd place, Jeff Capes just a point behind 3rd, and Bishop Dolagevich in 4th position. That's it after 7. And we can find out in a couple of minutes' time whether Bill, in fact, becomes the world's strongest man. He is leading at the moment. And more importantly, we want to know whether Jeff Capes is going to make the final 4 for that tug of war. You can find out the answers to those questions in the final part of the program in just a few minutes' time. This sort of event, have you ever thought about the expression worth your own weight in gold? Well, these fellas are going to lift their own weight, not necessarily in gold, but in silver dollars. And it could be as much as twice their own weight. Here we've got 500 pounds in weight of dollars. That's equivalent to $8,000. And that's where we begin. Let's see how far they can go in this event, the silver dollar lift.
Another $1,000.
The total now up to $16,000. And that's 906 pounds in weight. Our security guards bringing in more of the silver coins to put into those buckets there. And it's the power lifters, once again, that are left in this contest. And that's really not surprising. Here comes Jerry Hannon. He's not going to do it. Well, of course, he's had terrible problems with his thigh muscles and his back muscles in this contest, so he's limping out of that. It's Larry Kidney to go next. A small man, but a great power lifter. He was a pro footballer for 10 years as well, and the U.S. national powerlifting champion 79 and 1980. And he's done it. It's a good one, a good lift then. So Kidney goes through. Next to come up is Lars Hedlund from Sweden. 906 pounds in weight. No, he's decided that really is enough. Larry getting some encouragement from his wife, Cindy, as Bill Kazmaier comes onto the arena. A man who's won 4 events up to now and dominated this contest. As usual, putting all that concentration through that bar that he's going to lift. And a successful lift. Kazmaier through. Cindy now will need to encourage Larry to lift this next weight as we see the silver dollars going in, and $17,000 or 956 pounds to lift. Larry to go. But Larry's had enough, so it's up to Kazmaier now. Up to Kazmaier for the 10 points.
So strong, so strong.
And really, it's so easy, isn't it? Bill Kazmaier wins again. He's number 1 and knows it. And that's 10 more points in the silver dollar lift, with 9 to Larry Kidney, 7.5 to Hedlund and Hannon, and 5 to Dolagevich, Graham and Dupree. Jeff Capes slipping down there with 3, Dean on 2, and Reinhold on none. And if we move to the main scoreboard after 8 events, Kazmaier now well ahead, 12.5 points clear of Lars Hedlund, with Jeff Capes in 3rd place, Bishop Dolagevich 4th. And they're well ahead of the rest of the competitors. Pretty simple, that, wasn't it, Henry?
Help. Oxygen, quick.
That's the battery hold, because this is event number 9. And they've got to hold it out to this position, haven't they?
That's a straight arm position, I'm told, and they reckon they may be someone will be doing it for about 10 minutes, a quarter of an hour. Unbelievable.
We'll see anyway. Event number 9 then, the battery hold, more points to be won for the world's strongest men. First to go is Cleve
Hold it
Dean.
right there. Don't let it go up.
Now, Cleve did
up.
extremely well with the lorry pull. He is an arm and wrist wrestling champion, so one expects him to be able to hold that battery up for quite a considerable time. Let's see. Time ticking away. And remember that red line there along the bottom of your screen, because of it, it's touched, and therefore we stop the watch at what time? His wife looking on, and the time for Geoff Capes to beat, 22.29 seconds. We make that 23, 25, 27, 28, 30, 31, round about 31 seconds there for Geoff Capes. Bishop Dolagevich. And the official time on Geoff Capes is 31.64. 21. 25. 29. 31. 33. Oh, round about 34 seconds we make that for Dolagevich. In fact, it's about 34 and a half seconds as Gerard Dupree starts. 20. 25. 30. 31. 32. 33.
Well, this is a completely new thing, isn't it?
Yeah, completely different muscle group. But,
Yeah, I mean, where'd you get you the worst?
in the arms, you know. I've been aching all night and stuff, you know, but I think so is everybody else, but everybody's doing superb, you know.
Yeah. I notice as you get to the end of your time, you know, everything begins to shake.
That's right. Yeah.
That's the hardest to control, is it?
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The pain is unbelievable.
Is it? Yeah, look at that. Oh.
30. 35. 40. 45. Jerry Hannon now having to beat that 45 and a half seconds. 36. 40 seconds. 45, 46, 47, 48. Round about 48 seconds as Lars Hedlund knows the target, and it's 48.75. 30. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. But not enough. Larry Kidney to go. He's proved he's a strong man in this contest, but one suspects that 48 and 3/4 seconds from Hannon is going to be too much for him. Let's see what he's doing. He's now over 35, coming up to 40 now, and not enough. Bill Kazmaier, overall leader and winner of 5 events up to now. 30 seconds. 35. 40. 41. 42. 43. Not enough. Why do you think you did it?
I really don't know, because I don't do any real specific strength work for my deltoids, other than the overhead jerking and the snatching and everything. I guess that's just what you need, though, I guess.
Jerry's deltoids give him 10 points. Graham on 9. Kazmaier 8. Hedlund 7. Kidney 6. Dolagevich 5. Dupree 4. And only 3 points this time for Capes. Dean on 2. And Reinhold no points. So then, on the main scoreboard, after 9 events, Kazmaier leads with 82.5. Hedlund on 69. Capes on 59.5. And Dolagevich with 56. And they're well ahead. 10 men started out in search for this title, World's Strongest Man.
wasn't all that long ago either. We're now down to just 4, and a very exciting stage in the contest. The 4 fellas make a truly international lineup. We've got from America, Bill Kazmaier. We've got from Canada, Bishop Dolagevich. From the United Kingdom, Jeff Capes. And from Sweden, Lars Hedlund. And right now, we're about to await the draw for that tug of war. It's very important, this, because there's something like $42,000 at stake between these 4 men. That's about £20,000 that they'll be pulling off against. And we need to know now who is going to take on whom. That's the draw. Hedlund for Sweden versus Kazmaier from America, Capes of Britain versus Dolagevich from Canada. And it's the winners then that tug off in the final, the 2 losers for 3rd and 4th place. 20 points for first, 10 for second, 5 for third, and none for fourth. And should Hedlund beat Kazmaier here and Kazmaier lose the playoff, well then Hedlund could win overall. So it's very important, this. Kazmaier wins here, he's overall winner. And the time is up, and it's a win for Bill Kazmaier. He screams number 1. Capes now against Dolagevich. And I'm sure Capes would dearly love to get into that final against Kazmaier. 2 great friends here, but 2 great rivals nonetheless. The time limit applies in these heats. Jeff, the more experienced at this tug-of-war, he's dug in, it seems, to a winning position. Yes, and across he goes to congratulate Bishop after a wonderful contest. Well, how much aggression are you going to put in against Kazmaier now in the fight?
Well, I'm prettier than Kazmaier. But he's a great athlete, and he showed that he's probably the greatest all-round strongman in the world. And it's a privilege to pull against him in the final.
The final, the last event in the contest for the world's strongest man. And those were marvellous sporting words from Jeff Capes, but I suspect that he'd like to beat Kazmaier here in this last event. Remember, time doesn't matter in this tug-of-war final. They can keep at it for as long as they want. Already 3 minutes have gone, and both men seem to have dug in. It's a waiting game. Kazmaier and Capes. Still some humor there. Is he trying to psych the other man into a false move? We'll see. Both dug in. And now it's up to 6 minutes, and they're still in that same position. Who is going to get disillusioned first? One man is bound to feel that he cannot beat the other. Whatever he does. 8.5 minutes gone. Who's going to make the false move? And it's Kazmaier who's psyched out Capes. Capes seems to have given up. Kazmaier the winner. Yep. The winner overall then, and the world's strongest man for 1980 is Bill Kazmaier. Was there ever any doubt in your mind that you were going to win this contest?
Well, I started to pick up momentum halfway through the contest. Felt pretty confident the whole way.
There's a very interesting battle of wits going on there in that tug-of-war.
Yeah, I think we were both tired from the first round. And I don't quite know why Jeff gave it up, but he's probably the best of the other 3 finalists as an athlete. And I think Bishop Dolagevich has got a whole lot of potential. But I think Lars Hedlund did win second, and he was the strongest competitor besides myself.
$20,000 richer, and the world's strongest man, Billy Kazmaier. In second place, Lars Hedlund of Sweden, and $10,000 richer. Jeff Capes, a magnificent performance and wins $7,000, about £3,000, and Bishop Dolagevich in fourth place, $5,000 richer. Henry Cooper now presents the British Meat Trophy in our presentation ceremony to the 4 finalists.
Lars, well done, mate. Congratulations. Bill, fantastic performance. Great pleasure to present you this Silver Salver.
What was the high spot of all the events for you?
The fridge race, which I won, obviously, and it was the most thing that I was most afraid of, and won. A great surprise, but obviously I was happy to finish where I finished, and to prove that an athlete, a shot putter, an all-round athlete, can compete against probably the strongest men in the world.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Well, from Henry Cooper, from Jeff Capes, and from myself, that's it for this year's World's Strongest Man event here in the United States. From all of us, goodbye.